But what we're looking for here today, I'm on my way to Chicago this morning. Tomorrow, we will need some models to be cut by some of the best barbers you guys have ever seen. That includes Jesse Elite, Pat Paul, and Jackie. So we're looking for some models. We really only need about possibly two, maybe just one. But if you're in the Chicago area, somewhere near the airport, we could use you tomorrow. You'll get one of the best haircuts you ever had, and we're going to make it happen. But other than that, man, I just wanted to jump on here and do a quick model call and say what's up to you guys, share with you guys a little bit of the journey here. So I'm starting off on another pretty good tour here. We got to go. We just got back from Fort Worth. Then we went to Orlando. We paid off the barber tuition for James. Now here we are about a week later. We're going to Chicago. We got ABS this weekend. If you guys are going to ABS, drop a comment and let me know. But ABS is American Beauty Show, one of the biggest shows in the country, and it kind of starts off the show season really. So ABS, then we're gonna go to Connecticut. I'll be in San Antonio for the Sports Clip Huddle. I'll be at, where else will I be? I don't know. We got a lot of travels coming up ahead of us, but like I said, I just thought maybe I'd jump on here and share the journey. Where you guys checking in from? What's the weather like? 75 degrees here, Naples, Florida. Nice direct flight right into Chicago. And yeah, you know what, man? I remember there was a time that I used to get like nervous to fly, right? My father is still nervous to fly, right? You know, I think he's been on maybe 2-3 flights his whole life, right? I used to kind of feel like that too every time I'm getting in the airplane. You know, you got to go through TSA, you got to go through all this bullshit. And, you know, it was always these like business guys on them flights. And you would look at the business dude on the flight and he wouldn't give a shit. He wouldn't have a care in the world. This guy was as at peace as a guy could be. You'd watch the turbulence come and you'd look at him and he wouldn't give a rat's ass. And I remember thinking when I was taking those flights, I'd be like, man, I wish I was as comfortable as he is with this whole thing, but I'm just not. Now I can say I definitely am. What up, Prime Time? I definitely am. At this point between last year and this year, I probably took more than 40 flights. And, you know, it's just, now it's just such a normal thing. And in fact, it almost broadens your horizon a little bit too, because you're like, so many of us want to go and see some parts of this country or just go see something different in the world somewhere. And we always say we're going to do it. We always act like we're going to do it. But really, when it comes right down to it, you think about the flight, you think about all that stuff, and you're like, nah, I'm not going to go. I'm not going to take that flight. I mean, then I'd have to get all my bags packed and do all this stuff. But the reality is, dude, you could buy an airline ticket for almost anywhere in the country. If you shop around, you could get it for pretty cheap. Airbnbs are not really that expensive. I mean, you could have yourself a pretty nice vacation for a pretty reasonable amount of money. So if there's somewhere in the country you always wanted to go see, somewhere you always wanted to go eat, barbecue, Texas, I mean, you know, it really isn't that bad. You can hop on a flight, you could be there in a couple hours, and you'll be like, man, that really wasn't so bad at all. So, you know, for any of you guys who are out here watching and, you know, maybe you're not going to any of these shows, I would definitely say give it a try and go ahead. And if you're in the Chicago area, why don't you come to ABS? Come to ABS. If you're going to be in Connecticut, definitely hit the CT Barber Expo. That would be a huge error to miss that one. What we got going on here? We got a little traffic nonsense going on here. We got a little accident or something. What is going on here with you? My man didn't even make his left. See that? He's just sitting there. I guess this is, I was trying to avoid this part of the day. This is a bit of a rush hour. Everybody's in a mad dash to get to work and get to school. And that's why it's like, man, if you guys got a flight to catch, you got to make sure you got this TSA pre-check, because stuff like this does happen all the time. And, you know, we've had educators not show up because of flights being missed and stuff like that. That's why we always fly out normally like a day early. Yeah, I know. Cody's like, yeah, I'm about to. I wish I was passing by out front over there right now. I'm still a ways back. So, but yeah, man, if you guys are going to be at LV Barber, I mean at CT Barber Expo, come hit me up. We'll be there. We'll be doing our thing. We got education in Orlando also coming up. I think I'll be doing the educational class the Saturday before that. That'll be a lot of fun. And obviously, Orlando Premiere is like probably the biggest. It's my personal favorite show out of almost, except for CT. Something special. This is magic in CT. I can't even say CT is not the best. For barbers specifically, for people who are trying to network, CT Barber Expo is definitely one that you do not want to miss. But at the same time, man, Orlando Premiere is probably just all around the best show, and that could be because I'm partial to Florida. But I just have a lot of fun every time we go to Orlando Premiere. I see a lot of the same faces, and every year it seems to just get bigger and better for us. So, in other news, unfortunately, my barber tuition video kind of belly flopped. Did not even get 1,000 views. And I'm pretty salty about it, to be honest, man. I made a post about it yesterday. I'm gonna leave it alone, man. I'm not gonna beat a dead horse, but unfortunately, the odds of us being able to do something like that again, they kind of hinge upon the results of how these videos go. It would just be looked at as a bad investment at this point, and I really couldn't even approach anybody to do something that's a bad investment. So it's kind of tough, like. Of course, I'm happy, and of course, I feel good that we managed to accomplish that. But in the same breath, the disappointment really comes from my desire to want to do more good for more people. That's really where it comes from, at the end of the day. And, when I seen the video just kind of belly flop like that, and I kind of understand why. Like, it's not a really easy video to title. It's not an easy video to create a thumbnail for. It's not easy to kind of get across what this video is about. And that's really the problem there. Oh, man, you let me sneak in? No. All right. 1, 2. Well, I'll tell you what, man, putting your blinker on is the worst thing you could do sometimes. But yeah, so, unfortunately, hopefully we find a way to rebound from that. I'll create some short content for it, and, we'll see where it goes. But tomorrow we will be filming with Pat Paul, Jesse Elite, and Jackie. All three of these guys are educators and show team members for Gamma Stylecraft, and we're going to be doing some pretty in-depth tutorials with them. I'll probably make a wrap-up of the experience. And when we get to Chicago, I'm kind of trying to source like 2 models. So if we could get like 2 models for tomorrow, you guys are going to get the best service of your life, best haircut of your life. You'll be on there. Appreciate you, Breezy. Said I just subscribed. Appreciate you, man. So yeah, if you guys are in the Chicago area, ABS, check in the comments down below. I know it's kind of early. Some of you guys are gonna see this later, but check in the comments down below. Let me know if you guys are gonna be there. If you're gonna be there, hit me up. I'll be going to the show Saturday and I think I leave Sunday, so I'm going to the show Saturday for sure. And I don't remember if this show starts. Yeah, I'll be there Saturday all day. So we'll be doing our thing on that day. So other than that, man, it's been a little while since I traveled with the whole crew. So I'm looking forward to seeing all you guys. I got all my Gamma team members. Everybody out here is like family. And then we also had Drastic Cuts join the family not too long ago. I believe he'll be in there with us. What up, Tiger? Appreciate you, man, for jumping in here. We definitely get some people in here early morning sometimes that we don't get when we go live at other points in the day, man. I noticed that a lot of other countries jump in when I get in this early. But I don't mind it, man, guys. I've been on my grind for a long time. I've been waking up super early for a long time, and this is just the schedule. Now, when I'm going out and I'm networking and I'm doing these shows and everything, man, come 9 o'clock, I'm trying to look for an excuse to disappear and go to sleep. But I will be up early as hell, and I will be up in the gym, every day, whether I travel or not, And we've had I remember last year, I'm not gonna say no names, but we've had educators that were relatively new to the team, boy, and they did a great job on stage the next day somehow, but boy, they stay up way too late and they put themselves through it, man. And everybody at Orlando premieres like that, man. A lot of these guys will stay up till 5 in the morning and then they'll be on the show floor at like 8 a.m. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that. We're up here in Naples, Florida. It's United States, Naples, Florida. That's where we're at here, and we're on our way to Chicago. It's like everybody gets a little nervous when you tell. Like, it's funny. My whole family's like nervous when I tell them I'm going to Chicago because of everything you see on the news. But everywhere that we go in Chicago is actually pretty dope. I actually had a lot of fun. I've been to Chicago like 4 times, and every time I go, it's been fun. I've been surrounded by good people, and we're not going anywhere crazy. Matter of fact, I had one of the craziest Uber drivers ever. He was so freaking cool. It was like this dude. He was a Nigerian dude, right? Like, he was actually, I learned later, he was special forces from Nigeria at one point. But I pull up, dude, my Uber driver is just laying on the horn at somebody. I'm like, no, please, this can't be my Uber driver, really? And sure enough, it was, dude. And this guy was a riot, man. He was really cool. He says, how do you feel about Babyliss products for new barbers? There's nothing wrong with it, man. Everybody's making good stuff. Some of the Babyliss products are really nice. And it's just personal preference, guys. It's personal preference, I just obviously I'm sponsored by Gamma and Stylecraft, and I've had a hand in helping develop a lot of these tools. So, I'm a little partial to that. But at the same time, they got some, there's a lot of competition out there. He says their trimmers are dope. Their clippers are nah. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. I think they got decent clippers. They got decent trimmers. I don't think they make the best trimmer anymore. Personally, I think that the Sabre trimmer is the top trimmer right now. I don't think there's a trimmer out there. There's nothing that's as quiet, that runs as long, that cuts as smooth, and stays quiet. Like, if you got a Babyliss trimmer, absolutely, do they hit? Are they good? Yeah. But after you got a Babyliss trimmer for not even a couple of months, it gets pretty loud. Now, for the Tomb 45 trimmer, it actually hasn't been being used as much since I did the thing, but so far it's went up only 2 decibels in noise since last I measured it, and seems to be doing okay, because that's a whole different type of blade. So they never made that blade before. But when you have a linkage to the blade, a lot of times that can get loud. So we're using floating taper systems and all kinds of stuff to try to reduce the noise with Stylecraft and Gamma. So it's all personal preference. There's definitely some good stuff out there from a lot of companies. And then the other thing too is, like, Stylecraft literally just paid off half of a barber tuition, and they have good intentions, and they help a ton of people. And if you guys knew everything that I know about them, then you would only love them more, is where I'm going with this. Because at the end of the day, man, their heart is in the right place. They're trying to do a lot of the right stuff, and it's obvious that everybody's going to make mistakes from time to time, but at the same time, like, they've tried to do everything they possibly can to make things right. I just had somebody message me. I'm not going to say no company names, but I had somebody message me talking about how they bought something and it broke, and they were given a real hard time trying to return it. They asked them to send them photos and all this other stuff. And then that was like about a month later, they messaged me and they say, hey, I had this situation with this company, but then I had the same situation with Stylecraft, and they didn't ask no questions, nothing. They sent me a brand new one, bang, right out the gate. So, like, these are the things that I've seen them do, man. Like, they just, if they make a mistake, they always try to own it. They try to get right on top of it. So, that's just a grain of sand at the beach, though, really. There's a lot of things that they do a good job with, and you know, it's pretty awesome to see. So anyhow, we're on our way to the Fort Myers airport. We hope to see you guys in Chicago ABS. If you or somebody you know is in the Chicago area, especially if you got some waves, we're really trying to find a waiver if possible. But if you or anybody you know in the Chicago area could use a haircut tomorrow, I can make a time for you. I'll make it very convenient, and you are going to get like the best haircut you've ever had. So with that being said, this is the YouTube Barber Academy. Over 1,000 videos to help you learn. Subscribe if you're not already. You guys can always use my code Eddie10 with Fort Worth Barber Supply, or Eddie with Stylecraft. And of course, one of our other sponsors that help pay off that barber tuition, I can't forget it, bookedin.com/Eddie. Redeem your offer for up to 3 months, 50% off. All right, you guys, I'm out. Peace.